how the story goes, we find out by the treasure in the grand line, there's no doubt. The pirate whose eye is on it, he'll sing, I'll be king of the pirates, I'm gonna be king.
Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you the ultimate Heavy Bowgun styles guide for crouching shot and guard reload, as we feature a guide on the new Heavy Bowgun styles. And again, these new styles are crouching shot and guard reload. As you see here, I have spent the materials to get both of these styles, even though I'm gonna use one way more than the other, just for y'all. And just for the content. If no one's showing this to you, you probably shouldn't trust them, because they obviously haven't put in the work and as much research as they think they have. But yes, it takes a lot of work to get these, but I definitely plan on maxing this out in 2020. This Heavy Bowgun, for sure, the Diablos one. So let's get started as we deep dive into which one is the best. First, we're going to start off with crouching shot, with its basic controls. You tap, hold, and keep holding to enter crouching shot, as you see right here. In addition, you can tap to reload when your ammo is empty, and you can also keep holding in crouching shot to reload as well. So literally just keep holding and you will automatically reload. And you can stop holding at any time to exit crouching shot. So if at any point, because you know the monster isn't just going to sit there and let you blast it to death, you're going to have to get out of it. As you see here, stop holding it and you will exit crouching shot. This brings us to evade and perfect evading with crouching shot. So swipe in any direction to evade, and swipe at the perfect timing to perfect evade. You cannot evade while you are in crouching shot. If you try, it's not gonna work. You must evade before entering or after exiting crouching shot. So you can't do it again while you evade, you have to do it after. Otherwise, it's not gonna work and you're gonna have a really bad time. And when you perfect evade, it will power up your ammo. As you see right here, ammo is glowing. So when you perfect evade, it will be powered up. And you will also be able to enter crouching shot slightly faster after a perfect evade. Here's a big note though, if you have no ammo, you will shoot one shot after you enter crouching shot. So as you see here, here's the difference in speeds. But again, if you have no ammo, you're gonna fire one shot. So make sure that you have some ammo before you consider perfect evading. And speaking of that ammo, here is the ammo mechanic. So crouching shot allows you to fire more ammo than your max clip. You can exit crouching shot mid-clip. So you're going to see an example here shortly where I'm going to exit it and you're like, oh wait, I don't want to get hit, so I'm going to exit mid-clip. In addition, as you see right here, we have an example of the max ammo. So usually for the Diablos Heavy Bowgun, it's 4 normal, 8 piercing, but you see it's added on, you see on the example. And if you have any ammo remaining, like I mentioned before, exit crouching shot mid-clip, you're going to have ammo remaining, and depending on how long you are in crouching shot, that's what you're going to have left, as you see the many examples I have right here. And this brings us to the ammo type list, so crouching extra max ammo type list. The amount of extra ammo you can fire in crouching shot depends on the ammo type. I've tried every single one here in multiple different Heavy Bowguns. Here's what I got. For normal, it's +4. For piercing, it's +4. For spread, it's +4. For slicing, it's +2. For sticking, it's +2. For cluster, as much as I love cluster ammo, it's +1. And for wyvern, unfortunately, it's 0. You don't get any extra shots. This seems to be across the board, like I mentioned, because I've tested multiple Heavy Bowguns just to see if these are the solid numbers, and they are. And here's the crouching shot pros and cons. Here's the pros. You do not need recoil down because you're crouching down and you're like a bazooka and you're going boom, boom, boom and you're starting blasting everything to death. Again, you don't need recoil down. It's relatively fast to enter and exit crouching shot, so it's not as much of a detriment to you being a void as it looks. And the extra ammo allows you to do a ton of damage, which is great for group hunts and great if the monster is like, oh wait, it's in a bad position, or you see if it's paralyzed right here. Here are the cons though. You cannot guard in this style. Losing guard means you cannot guard against roars. You're going to have to use your special skill like you see right here to avoid roars. And it requires patience and advanced knowledge of monster attacks / timings and positionings if you are going to do really well with crouching shot. It's going to leave you open to attacks. So again, you need to know those timings and advanced knowledge of monsters if you're going to make the most out of crouching shot and blast monsters to death. With that being said, this transitions us on to the next style. Where there's crouching shot, there's another, and it is called guard reload. And here are the basic controls for guard reload. You tap to fire. Literally, again, tap to fire, just like crouching shot and any other Heavy Bowgun. Smash and mash to fire. And tap and hold to guard. So this style actually allows you to tap and hold to guard just like many other weapons, like the melee ones, like sword and shield. Now here's the thing, when your ammo is empty, you tap to guard reload. So you're going to be able to reload. As you see, when your ammo is empty, tap. And as you see in the example provided Monster Hunter Now's shorts video, you're going to be able to do that. You can also flick down, tap and hold, and swipe down or flick down to manually reload, and this will be done at a fixed speed. As you see right here, you tap to fire, and you tap and hold to guard. You can also tap and hold, like I mentioned before, to swipe down manually and reload, and it's gonna do it at a fixed speed. So, guess what? You don't need reload speed for this style. And here's the guard reload mechanics. So successfully guarding will power up your ammo set, and you can do it twice. As you see based on the colors right here, it's orange and then it turns red. Now here's the thing about this. Reloading will only fill up half of your ammo unless you perfect guard. So here's an example right here when you're powering up your ammo versus this 6-star Lunagarin. There's 1, and next up it's 2. After you fire, your ammo will be powered up. And again, reloading manually or reloading for guard reload will only fill up half of your ammo. As you see right here, I'm going to do it manually multiple times. Right here, right here, right here. You're only going to see half of your ammo set. Again, unless you perfect guard, which we're going to cover in a bit. As you see an example right here, during a guard reload, you can defend against incoming attacks. If you do at the perfect timing, it will be a perfect guard. This allows you to do 2 things. 1, it will reload all of your ammo. So again, you must do it as a perfect guard to reload all of your ammo, and it will power up the ammo as well. This will also activate skills like offensive guard, so you know you'll do this successfully if you see offensive guard proc, like you see right here. Offensive guard proc successfully, and my ammo is reloaded fully for the next slot for my next ammo, which is piercing ammo, instead of halfway like you normally would. You can also evade / perfect evade, just like in crouching shot. You swipe in any direction to evade, just like crouching shot, and swipe at the perfect timing to perform a perfect evade. This does 2 things. 1, you take no damage, and 2, you get a +1 to your ammo. Again, it's a +1. So it's a nice little extra bullet to smack down the monster. Now here's a guard reload pros and cons. The pros, you do not reload speed like I mentioned before. Because you get a fixed speed when you reload anyways, you don't need it. And this gives you the ability to perfect guard in a style like Charge Blade's guard point, which is pretty cool. Like you see right here, I'm able to guard against Great Jagras, doing it at the right timing, very much like guard point, and the fact that it reloads all your ammo is amazing. It also doesn't require to move around, so you could use skills like Headstrong, etc. However, this brings us to the big cons of guard reload. This requires you to master perfect guarding for full effectiveness. So if you aren't used to doing that timing, you're going to have to use guard, which is really bad. And this requires patience and advanced knowledge of monster attack patterns and timings. If you don't know monster attack patterns or timings, you're not going to be able to offensive guard effectively. And if you don't have guard, you're going to take damage. And if the monster, this is the biggest one, if the monster does not target you or do an area of effect attack, you cannot take full advantage of guard reload. Sadly, that's what's really bad about guard reload. Monster needs to attack you, otherwise you can't take full advantage of it. With that put together, hopefully this helps you master the Heavy Bowgun styles. Crouching shot is generally better. Again, offense is more of a priority than defense in Monster Hunter. Now, if someone's telling you otherwise, or they're not good at offense or being offensive, etc., that's because they don't know the meta. You shouldn't listen to them, because guard reloading, guess what? If the monster doesn't attack you and you're using group hunts, it's a bad idea, because you're not going to get full effectiveness of it. That's why crouching shot is generally better. Offense over defense. It's never changed, hasn't changed. You got 115 seconds to blast this monster to death. I'm not going to guard it to death. You shouldn't guard it to death. And that's why most of the top tier content out there does not have people guarding stuff to death. With that being said, please do me a huge favor. Like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. If you do plan on investing in 2020, it's going to take a lot of materials. And as someone that has 3 of them 2020 maxed out, you should definitely listen to people that do have them, because they can tell you the full power of them. And they're really dang good. So may all your drops be blessed. May you get all the materials you need so you can power up, especially the Diablo's Heavy Bowguns, or whatever Heavy Bowguns you want to 2020 parameter max and style change. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and I hope it does wonders for you. Good luck on your grinds, and I will see y'all on the next video.